Welcome to the Fox 5, the show that explores the wonderful world of Fox Rehabilitation through an original list created by a Fox colleague. Today, I am joined by Fox Rehabilitation physical therapist, Ben Johnson. Ben, welcome to the Fox 5.
Thank you. Pleasure to be here.
I should also say, at the time of this recording, because I don't know when this will be published, you are currently Fox Rehabilitation's Colleague of the Month. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. So enjoy all of the perks that come with that.
I got this from that. So.
Yeah. So when you are Colleague of the Month, you do get Fox dollars to use in our Fox shop. So I'm glad that that's the gear you got?
Yep.
Oh, nice. I'm glad you got it already. That's quick.
Yeah, it was quick.
All right. So, Ben, what is your Fox 5 today?
So we're going to start out with the 5 tips to being a Fox mentor.
5 tips on being a Fox mentor. So before we get into your list, can you tell everyone what a mentor is?
Fox has 2 programs, a sponsorship program and a mentorship program. Both are for new hires. Sponsorship program is a little less involved. That's for a seasoned clinician or someone who's ready to kind of jump 2 feet in, a little less guidance and less ramp up time. The mentorship program is generally for newer clinicians, specifically out of school. You'll get matched up with someone who's been with the practice for a while and kind of knows the ropes, so they can kind of help ease you in and answer any questions you're undoubtedly going to have.
All right. So today's list is all about being a mentor.
Yep.
So, Ben, what is number 1 on your Fox 5?
Number 1, as a mentor, you're going to want to schedule a weekly call. That is a requirement of the program. However, I feel like that's probably the most important part of it all. It's a time to check in with your mentee. And during the call, don't just jump in and start talking about documentation or things like that. You really want to find out what kind of headspace they're in, because it can be pretty overwhelming at the beginning. So kind of dealing with the mental part of it first before jumping into anything technical.
And I like that it's a weekly call. So it's not like, hey, I'm going to call you and I'll touch base next year. It's I'm going to call you every week to stay on top of things. So exactly. Ben, what is number 2?
Number 2 is when you're reviewing the documentation, choose a variety of different notes, different patients, because as you're learning the documentation system, we all know evals and progress notes, research are a lot more involved than a daily note. Daily notes come pretty self-explanatory, but those notes, especially with a more involved patient, can be difficult to voice what you're trying to say. So really not honing in on one specific patient or note type, spreading it apart can really help your mentee.
Yeah, because when you get out of school and then you get a new job, you're not going to be an expert at documenting right away. So it takes time. Rome was not built in a day.
Of course not.
So, Ben, that brings us to number 3 on your Fox 5.
Really try and create an approachable atmosphere. Really stress that even if you may not be in the same building as them, the Fox members in that building can be a great resource, even though they're not technically your mentor. A quick question, I'm sure everyone will be happy to answer. I normally give out my phone number, and at any time, just shoot me a quick text. Maybe they're documenting late and they have a quick question, and I can just shoot them a text from my couch, and that can solve a lot of stress for that mentee. So just be approachable.
Yeah, we're all here to help out. We don't have to officially be a mentor to help out. What I love about this practice is you could reach out to the CEO directly if you wanted to, which is cool. Not everyone does because they get intimidated, but the door is always open. So, Ben, what is number 4 on your Fox 5?
Really allow your mentee to grow in their own treatment style. We obviously have to be, at the end of the day, we have to be very safe. That's going to be our priority no matter what. But everyone kind of goes about treatment their own way. And it takes time to learn what that means for you. In terms of treatment, I think that's a very personal thing that is important for the person to figure out on their own.
I believe our founder, Dr. Tim Fox, would call that autonomy.
Absolutely.
And then that brings us to number 5 on your Fox 5.
Don't be afraid to share your own challenges. You're solving their challenges, but they can learn just as much from how you've gotten through specific problems or challenges. Almost better than them having to go through it themselves. So don't be afraid to be a little vulnerable and talk about what you struggle with.
I love that, because so many times you have mentors and they feel like they have to act like they know it all. I am perfect. I can do no wrong. But if you show some vulnerability, like, that's keeping it real. That drives me to know that someone is not perfect. I'm like, oh, okay. Like, I don't have to be like a robot to get things done. Like, there's some leeway for me to grow and for me to learn. So great list, Ben. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And congrats on your Colleague of the Month reign.
Thank you so much.
Yes. So for Ben Johnson, my name is Jim Shear, and we will see Yins later.